Al, in this final topic here, in the final segment here of the show, these go by so fast.
They do.
I want to talk about the smart money. Now, we refer to smart money pretty frequently through the show. We're talking about the institutions,
Mhm.
the big banks, the ones that control really the market. I mean,
Right.
the big dollars, right? Now they are always creating income utilizing these markets, right? So they utilize the leveraged assets to do that. Now, we talk a lot about, especially today, the longer term style of trading, not buy and hold, but
Mhm.
retirement, which
Mhm.
you want to be in a little bit longer of a strategy. Now, let's talk about the shorter term strategies that people can utilize maybe on a daily basis or a weekly basis based on whatever their objective is. Let's talk about some of those different styles so our listeners understand what what they can do with the markets when they use these different assets.
Yeah, and those assets that you're talking about for short-term income, short-term cash, it's not just applicable to you while you're still working, while you're accumulating assets. When you go into retirement, your income from your job is gone. So
Yeah, you're
how
unemployed.
you're right, but you know what doesn't go away? Bills, the cost of being alive. So what kind of a plan do you have? I mean, first of all, do you plan on retiring? When do you plan on retiring? What's your plan? How are you going to pay the bills that keep coming in? And where are you going to have some money? Where is that going to come from for traveling, for having some fun, doing things like that? Uh, that's where these short term strategies can come into play. Again, because you can take smaller amounts of your retirement money and participate in a way with higher potential returns. But I want to just say one thing. We're talking about these leveraged assets and how great they are. I want to just issue a warning because I don't want to do a disservice to you. Do not go out and think, oh, these are great. I'm just going to go out and I'm going to start investing in futures. I'm going to start investing in Forex. I'm going to take advantage of this leverage. Don't do that unless you know exactly what you're doing. And don't do it unless you know exactly how to limit the potential loss. If you're going to have a loss, what if you could just say, hey, I'm only willing to risk $50 or $100? I'm okay with that to be able to participate in something that gives me a 50 to 1 or 100 to 1 leverage. That's key. And that comes with the knowledge. And also for our students, part of a trading platform, the number one thing that they put into that platform to customize it is the maximum dollar amount they will risk on any trade.
I'm glad you mentioned that. That also applies to stocks too. Don't
Absolutely.
jump into the stock market unless you know how it functions, how to utilize it. I mean, that's one of the things about the stock market is it's available to anybody. You don't have to be a genius to get in the market, but people do it not knowing how it really
Right.
functions.
Any of these assets we talk about are available to anyone,
Yep.
which is a great thing and a bad thing. It's great if you know what you're doing and you know how. Number one, protect yourself. That is the number one thing we teach is how to make sure that your assets are protected.
Yeah, and that's why I love our sponsor, Online Trading Academy.